sure you've also seen a change, even as we pulled into the town here. There's the new little burger joint just across the road. And I think, is that funny?
We were talking earlier about how every time we pull up to this town, there's something new has popped up, right?
I'm gonna sit because
I think you should.
we're getting old.
This calls for a moment.
All this travelling and sitting on planes, the legs just start to go, you know.
Anyway, where were you going with this burger story?
We did a great burger.
We did.
No, I was saying, you know, every time you pull into a new town, and especially as we're touring across the world, we always come back to some of the same towns and some of the same venues, and there's always something new. And since I moved to Nashville, there's obviously been a huge change in 2 years, but Chloe and I have both been travelling over to Nashville for the last, you've probably been there 20 years ago, and for me maybe 12 years ago, since I did my first ever tour with Celtic Woman, starting in Nashville. So Chloe had a very bright idea one day to write a song about all of these changes that take place in all of these wonderful cities across the world, but in particular Nashville, because as we all know, Nashville has just exploded. It's become not only the country capital of the world, but I think a lot of other things as well.
Nash Vegas, baby.
Nash Vegas, yeah.
Call it that?
So,
Nash Vegas?
Yeah, Chloe had this great idea to write a song. I was living last year on a street called Cherokee Avenue, and Chloe just loved the street name.
Yeah.
And she said, why don't we write a song about it? And I said, I'm game. Let's do
How
it.
it actually came about was I was taking an Uber over to Brian's studio every day, and I had like 3 interactions in the space of 1 week with these different drivers who were Nashville locals. And one of them asked me, oh, do you like living over in these parts? I said, I don't live there. And he said, well, you know what? This used to be an old warehouse that my grandfather worked in. Then there was another driver who said, oh, my grandmother used to live down at the end of the street, but you know, they knocked down all of those houses now and they've built coffee shops and stuff. So I related to this, the fact that, you know, the world is changing and different things are going up in the places where old pieces of history used to be. So we wrote that about this little part of the world that we know and love, but I'm sure many of you, as Brian said, will relate to seeing your town and your city change over the years.
They built a new apartment block on the corner where that old church was. Tore down the warehouse, 'cause they're making room now for hotels, for sundowns. Up goes another coffee shop. The city skyline never seems to stop, rising higher as they climb. Penthouses stealing light from the street. I miss the way the light begins to change, driving home to east. As I get older, it gets further from the memories of how it used to be. And though it's far from what I had,
I still think of it like that.
you could hear the river run down by the creek behind a worn-out barn.
Now there's a freeway,
All kinds of car plates and distant sounds of aeroplanes. Yes, I can daydream all that I need when I'm searching for familiar feelings.
I know that somewhere in my mind I could never leave behind Cherokee Avenue.
I miss the way the light begins to change, driving home from east. As I get older, it gets further from the memories of how it used to be. And though it it's far from what I had. I still wanna think of it like fireflies dancing in the rain, and the warmth of summer on my skin. I miss the way the light begins to change, driving home through east. As I get older, it gets further from the memories of how we used to be. Oh, I miss the way the light begins to change, driving home through east. As I get older, it gets further from the memories of how we used to be. It's far from what I had. I still wanna think of it like that. Oh, I still wanna think of it like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever is Jack.